this week's episode of How's the Market, Pensacola. Trying a little bit more new technology here, so bear with me if there's a couple of bumps in the road here and there, but we're trying to just make this show a little better every time. Boy, we did kind of avoided a bunch of stuff with that Hurricane Dorian. Looked nasty. It really destroyed a lot of the Bahamas. And I know our area, I was getting phone call after phone call all over the country going, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not really in that area." But wow, did we avoid when people's homes were getting destroyed and stuff was getting flooded? We're sitting here with beautiful skies and beach days. So I'm going to send prayers out to the folks that are losing. And it's still pretty massive as we sit here and talk on Tuesday. I normally do these shows on Monday, but Monday was Labor Day, so I didn't. I took a day off. Imagine that. So we got had some downtime with the family. Had a good time. Hope you did too. Because now it's kind of like the unofficial start of fall. What we call on our beaches, Pensacola Beach, Perdido Key, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores. We always call from Memorial Day to Labor Day, like our 100 days of greatness. That's when we have a lot of tourism money come in. A lot of people come and enjoy on our beach. A lot of that's starting to come to an end, and that's okay. But we still got plenty of warmth. It was warm this morning, right? It was cool at first for us, but it was warm quickly, and it's hot as blazes out there right now. I got to shoot this show, and then I'm showing 3 houses this afternoon, starting at like 3. So I know it's going to be warm. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about real estate.
I'm a man on a mission.
My mission is to help people break through all the noise out there. And
Don't need no permission.
I want to help you get to actual truth. Don't you just want the truth?
So I'm going to jump over to the page that I always start down here on my computer. Basically, this says that if we have 6 to 7 months worth of inventory, we have a neutral market. If we have more than 7 months worth of inventory, we have a buyer's market. If we have less than 6 months worth of inventory, we have a seller's market. Like I have always said before, if we have less than 3 months inventory, that's how you do that. If we have less than 3 months inventory, you have a hyper seller's market. And if you have more than 9 months worth of inventory, you have a hyper buyer's market. So let's go see where we are this week. All right, Escambia County. You look at Escambia County, and for those of you who this is the first time you've watched the show, over here on the left is the price point of the listings. So it's the price point of the properties. Over on the right is the estimated months of inventory we have. So that shows you seller's market, buyer's market, hyper sellers, hyper buyers. So it looks like everything under 300,000 in Escambia County is considered a hyper sellers. It's all under 3 months inventory. And it's funny because I had 3 to 350. I literally this morning got 3 phone calls with new buyers looking in that area. Already pre-approved, ready to go. 2 of them in Escambia County, 1 of them in Santa Rosa County. I'll wait till you see that. So 3 to 350, you got 3.5 months worth of inventory. So anything under, 500? Anything under 500,000 is definitely a seller's, but it's not a hyper seller's. But in Escambia County, basically anything under 500,000, you're in a seller's market. I'm going to take that back. I would say between 450 and 500 is probably a neutral. Yeah, I'm going to call that a neutral because that's so close to 6. So we'll say between 4 and 450. But under 450 is a seller's market. Under 450 is a seller's market or a hyper seller's market, as you can see here. Over 450 up to 650, neutral market. Just a straight neutral market. And then 650 plus, you have, 700 plus, we've got a year's inventory, and 650 to 700, we've got a year and a half worth inventory. So, there's quite a bit of inventory at that point. But look at this when we jump to Santa Rosa County. This is interesting. Normally, after Labor Day, we start to see a little bit of a slowdown, but I'm finding this has been an odd year to begin with, because if you listened to some of my podcasts that I did before last year, I actually talked about how rates should be at 5, by the end of this year. By the end of 2019, I was talking about how rates were going to be at 5. Well, that's completely reversed, and now we're at 3.5. And if we're at 3.5, I think that's one of the things that's really kicking out this fall buying season. Because I'm not used to getting 3, 4, 5 phone calls talking about $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 properties all on a Tuesday after Labor Day. That's not. It starts to slow a little. All right. I don't say that there's none out there. I'm not going to say I'm not going to sell any property. I will sell property. I've got listings that will sell. I've got buyers that will buy. But it typically starts to tick down a little bit because school's in session. Not this year. Not this year. It seems to be picking up because I got a lot of calls yesterday, just returned a lot of them today. And I know I'm not the only one. And it doesn't really matter if you're buying or selling or renting. I had probably 14 phone calls about one of my rentals. So yeah, it's crazy out there right now. All right, let's get over to Santa Rosa County. This is what I was talking about. Look at Santa Rosa County. We've talked about this 3 to 350 mark always being seller and not a hyper seller. We've talked about that for the last few weeks, actually. And that's just because I do believe there's a lot of new construction in here clogging this up. Basically, in Santa Rosa County, anything under 500,000 right now is considered a hyper seller's market. Anything. So I know I've got some people coming into town this weekend. We've set up to see 3 to 350s. All right. There are some houses. I mean, there's 79 houses, so it's not like there's not property here. There is property here. But yeah, anything under $500,000 is a hyper seller's market. And between $500,000 and 550 is still a seller's market, on the verge of being a hyper seller's market. So 550 and under, definitely a seller's. Yeah. 550, over 550. Over 550 is really mainly just a neutral market. You got 7.4, 6 months. Anything over 700,000, it's got 6 months. You got that 650 to 700 mark right there at 10.3. So that, I guess, technically would be considered a buyer's market. But with 12 properties, you don't really have a whole lot to go off of, right? You just don't. So that's it. That's your numbers. That's the data. If you're looking to liquidate something, give me a call. I'm starting to get a lot of calls. I said this last week, I think, and I'm actually starting to get a ton of calls. I wrote 2 new build contracts last week of people that are wanting to lock in prices in 2019 to close in 2020. That's what I normally see a lot of during the fall and even into the winter, because people want to try and lock up the prices, because I guarantee you come January 1, most of the builders raise the prices. They just do. So we try and lock them in a little bit. And I wrote, like I said, 2 contracts. I'm going to be bringing to the page here, the Facebook page, a couple of new subdivisions I saw going up. There's one of them right across from Kingsfield Elementary. It's not going to be up. I don't think we'll have properties like move in until probably Thanksgiving of 2020. But it's a 48 unit townhome. And I've seen what this builder built. They built basically the same thing in Montgomery, and it's beautiful. Townhomes are like 2,000 square foot, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, full 2-car garage, right across the street from Kingsfield Elementary. So I'll be bringing you information out Smith Station as well. Now, here's what I want to ask. If you have not got on the email list yet, I'm going to put on the Facebook page. I need to remember to do that. I'm going to put on the Facebook page a link to start getting on my weekly email. I'm going to start sending out a weekly email that will show you some statistics, not just what we have here, but lets you search very easily with just a click of a button what the new constructions are, what has sold that past week, what has sold the past month, what's been sold year to date, what's active, in what neighborhood. So I'm going to let you really drill down just with a couple of clicks. So if you hadn't got on that email list, get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. That is a different podcast. I don't know why I just said that, but that's the joys of being live. Shoot me a comment on this. I'll send you a direct message. We'll get you on that email list. So if you're watching this on YouTube on the replay, just shoot me a comment there too. I'll make sure I give you a link so we can get you on the email list, because I'm going to start sending those out once a week, every week. I'm not going to bombard you. I hate spam. I can't stand spam. But yeah, there's been a lot of people asking for something like that. If you're kicking around the idea of doing anything, buying, selling, renting, whatever, even just kicking it around, give me a call. Let's chat. Because as you can see by these numbers, there's a lack of inventory. So you couple a lack of inventory with lower interest rates, so the buyer demand has gone up and the supply has gone down, you can get max value. Will this always be this way? No, it won't. So if you're looking to make a move over the next 12 months, let's talk. Because, well, it just won't always be this way. We're enjoying it now, and as a seller, you should. If you're looking to buy, I would buy, because we are seeing appreciation. I don't think we're going to see the massive double-digit appreciation year over year we saw in the early 2000s, and even in 2012 and 13, where we saw some double digits. I think 17 Escambia County averaged about 10.1%. All right, so that wasn't that long ago. 18 looked like it got down to about 6. 19 is probably going to wrap up somewhere around 4.3. But you're buying a $200,000 house and you're gaining $6,000 in equity a year. That's just extra money. Anyways, I hope that really helps you. I hope the data is giving you something to think about and helps you make some decisions for you and yours. Do me a favor, like the Facebook page. Do that if you hadn't liked it yet. Like it. If you're watching this on YouTube, get over to Shane Willis. I can't talk. I don't know none of the domain name. It's facebook.com/Shane Willis, the Realtor. I'm going to go. I need to go eat lunch or something. Have a good one.
I'm a man on a mission.
My mission is to help people break through all the noise out there, and
Don't need no permission.
I want to help you get to actual truth. Don't you just want the truth?